Hey plant fam! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline. This is part of my jungle. If you are not new here, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. You do not go unnoticed. So, today, I thought it would be fun to do this video again. I've done it before in the form of like plants that I'm never gonna buy again. I've done plants that I didn't expect to love as much as I do. So I thought maybe it would be appropriate to do 10 plants that I just really don't like. I've done plants that I don't like before because they grow stupid and things along those lines, and plants that I just like wouldn't purchase. But I tried to make this list different when it comes to plants that I just don't like the look of, or I don't like the way that they grow. So some of these like really shouldn't be a surprise to you guys if you watch my videos, because when I'm out plant shopping, I'm not shy about telling you that I don't like the plant. I just simply don't like it. But it is very rare for me. Like, there are no plants that I actually really hate. I feel like hate is a strong word. Except for like maybe 2 on this list that I like really don't like and would like offend me if they were in my space. But the rest of them really is just because I don't like them. I don't have like any particular issue with people having them, or like if I had one in my space, I'd be like, meh, whatever, but I wouldn't buy it for myself, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna be dramatic and call this 10 plants that I hate, but realistically, I don't hate plants. Like, I was even trying to think of Hoyas that I don't like, and I'm like, no, I like all Hoyas, even if there are ones that I don't specifically like want or love to have in my collection. Like, I don't hate them. It's still a Hoya. That would just be mean, right? I'm not mean to the plants. Hate is a very strong word, but for the purpose of this video and to just make it more dramatic, because y'all like to click on dramatic and negative videos. I don't know why every time something is like a little bit on the negative side, it's like more popular. So there's that. But here's my list. The number 1 plant on my list that I don't like really should not be a surprise at all, because it's bromeliads. And not just any bromeliad, because you guys know I do love my air plants. I like pineapples. There's plenty of bromeliad plants. It is a very big family with lots of different like genera, however you want to say it is fine. But the plural of genus is genera or genre, however you feel like pronouncing it. But that's not the point. The point is, yeah, there's a lot of different kinds of bromeliads. Just to avoid using that word again. There's lots and lots of different types. Bromeliad is a family, not a genus. So it's important to keep that in mind. Tradescantia is a genus. So it would be bromeliad, not Tradescantia. Tillandsia, I'm fine. Everything is fine. I have Tradescantia on my list. Spoiler alert. So that's what my brain was thinking. But this is a Tillandsia. That is the genus. Okay? It is a bromeliad, Tillandsia, and then the only one I know the specific name of is the Xerographica. So this is a bromeliad. The family is Bromeliad. The genus is Tillandsia. And the specific variety of this one is Xerographica. So I just want to clarify that before we move forward. So the bromeliads that I'm talking about that I don't like are the ones that you see like in the supermarket with like their creepy little blooms, like just the regular, degular green bromeliads with the colorful flowers. Those things freak me the heck out. Like, I just feel like a spider is gonna come crawling out of it, or like something along those lines. I had one once, I had a little baby one, and it never bloomed, and then it died. So I was like, you know what? Screw you guys. Never, ever, ever again. Because like I could tolerate it because it was little. And then I had another one, I forget what genus it is specifically. It's a different type of bromeliad that doesn't really bloom, but they have really beautiful, I'm sure they do bloom, but I don't ever see them in bloom. Really beautiful like pink markings and stuff on the leaves, and I can't remember the name of the genus off the top of my head. I think it starts with a C. I'll leave it on the screen. But yeah, those are cute too. Like, so there are bromeliads that aren't ugly in my opinion. It's just those supermarket ones that are just really icky. Like, they just give me the heebie-jeebies, you know? So another plant that gives me the heebie-jeebies is number 2 on my list, and that is the rabbit's foot fern. Rabbit foots? No, foots isn't a word. Rabbit's foot fern, or rabbit foot fern. I don't know. All I know, I don't know the technical name for it, the scientific name. My brain is working totally fine today. I don't know the scientific name of this one. The plant itself, like the foliage is cute. It's just those creepy little like root rhizome things, I don't know what they technically are, that come out of the pot and like almost look like spider legs. I don't know why we call them, I mean like they're fuzzy, so I guess that's why they're called rabbit foot, but they look more like spiders to me, and I'm just not into it. Like they give me the like I feel like I need to take a shower, like something is crawling on my skin. So there's that. That's number 2 on my list. Number 3 on my list might actually be somewhat surprising for some people, because people love this plant, and I do have one. And it is one that you guys have been asking me about, because no, it didn't take to going up a pole. It's a freaking crawler, and that is why I don't like it. This plant, this is the Philodendron Gloriosum. I think this one might be, I forget what variety this is, but it has like the lighter veining, like the more silvery white veining. But yeah, she's annoying. She's growing, but like she's growing that way, so I just give up. Like I give up on crawling philodendrons, period. Like I don't want any. I will keep this one, and I will keep trying to get her to be happy, but I don't want more. I really don't. So hopefully this leaf comes out nice. She did have spider mites, so that is part of the reason why she's like not looking great, and some of her leaves came in stupid, but we have eradicated the spider mite problem, and hopefully she's gonna grow, because I've had her for like a year, I want to say, and she's never had more than 2 little leaves at a time. So I don't really know what I'm doing wrong. She's in a nice like chunky mix. I keep all of my aeroids in a similar mix, so yeah, I don't hate it. I just wouldn't buy it. So thankfully I didn't buy this one. This one was gifted to me by one of you beautiful people, but I wouldn't buy it. So there was some webbing still on the outside of the pot. Yeah, I wouldn't buy this. You do you, boo. If you like crawlers, I'm just gonna have to get like one of those long pots for her, like one of these type situations here one day, and hope that she doesn't take up too much space. So send my Gloriosum good vibes. Please. I would really, this leaf looks okay. I would really like for it to just start growing normal for me. Number 4 on my list, I already told you guys before, is Tradescantia. And I don't think that they're ugly. I just don't like them. I don't like the way that they grow. I don't like their like fleshy stems. I don't like the way the leaves are attached to them. Like there's no petiole. There's just like a leaf coming out of the stem. Like I don't really like the look of it when it grows. And from having a few, I also just don't like keeping up with them. So I had a couple of different like Nanuks, like the cute little pink ones, and they're adorable, don't get me wrong. I even had one like thriving and blooming for me, and they grow really straggly and stupid, and then they're a pain in the butt to propagate. Like The leaves were always turning, automatic feeders. The leaves were always turning brown and like, just, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't get the watering right on it. It was either underwatered or overwatered, and I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want any Tradescantia in my living space. So there's that. No offense, obviously, if you guys like these plants. It is just my personal opinion and my personal preference. It has nothing to do with whether or not these plants are actually attractive to other people. Although there are a few on here that I'm sure you guys, we can all just kind of agree with, but we'll get there. So Tradescantia is number 4 on my list, mainly just because I don't love the growth pattern, and I just don't love like the feel of the plant itself, if that makes sense. Like, I like a more like stemmy, leafy plant. I don't like their like thick, stemmy things. Definitely an expert, right? It's stemmy things is an official term, in case you were wondering. Okay, so number 5 on my list. You guys know how much I've been loving my Calatheas, but I think it's important to note that there are some Calatheas that I genuinely dislike, and it's purely just because they're too colorful for me. So I'm going to show you a few examples. I don't know the names of them. I know there's like a rosy and a dotty and a medallion and all those things. I just don't like the colors of the leaves. I don't like the pale pinks or like purpley tones mixed in. I don't love the leaves. I don't love the patterning on the leaves of a lot of these. I tend to keep it a little bit more simple. You guys know I am obsessed with my Makoyana. Look at this massive leaf. It's like the size of my face. And she's been putting out tons of new growth for me. This one's new. There's a couple new ones unfurling there. That one's new. They all unfurled at the same time, which is good. That is a sign that the plant is happy. Old leaf, totally normal. But she has been doing really well for me. So there's 2 new leaves under here. And I'm not mad about it. She looks gorgeous during the day when they're all flat and open, and then at night she closes up and you can see the gorgeous burgundy back sides of her leaves. So I love the patterning on this one. I love the green on green. The lime green is really beautiful on the inside, and it's just got some really gorgeous details on the leaves. So love that one. Love my Orbifolia. I have a few more coming in the mail probably next month at some point, so stay tuned for that if you're interested in seeing some plants you may have not ever seen before or not like heard of before. So I'm excited for that unboxing, but it's an import, so it's going to take a little while for processing and shipping. But that's not the point. The point is what number are we on? 5. I dropped my orchid bark everywhere. So number 6 on the list of plants that I just really don't like, and I did have one of these at one point in time, and she was such a diva, let me tell you. I watered this thing like every day, and that would be Fittonias. So hear me out. I don't think that they're necessarily ugly. I like the littler leafed variety, but the one with the bigger leaves that are like just like looks like a big old, like, I don't know, they're just not attractive to me. I really don't like them. On top of the fact that they're annoying, it's just as annoying as like a cat hair being stuck to my lips all the time. It's fine. What happens when you have 2 cats in a small apartment? There's just literally cat hair everywhere. But yeah, Fittonias are not my favorite when it comes to like the look of it. I know people get Fittonias and Hypoestes confused, But if I had to pick between the two, I would definitely pick the polka dot plant, which is the Hypoestes, over Fittonia, like any day. They're equally thirsty and dramatic, but I just think the polka dot plant is cuter. So that's my personal opinion. Sorry if you love Fittonias. I just don't, and I have no reason to ever buy one because I don't want one. So there's that. Okay, so number 7 on my list should also not be surprising if you watch my plant shopping videos, because every time I see one, I point at it and tell you that it's evil. Excuse me, sir, that's rude. Okay, I'm trying to film over here. The window's open. So I live on a busy street. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that every time I see one of these, I always point out that I think they're evil, because they are. And that is the Opuntia that have the fuzzy ones. They look like hair. Those little things get in your fingers, and there's like 100 of them, like all in like one little tiny little place, and it's so hard to get them all out, and then you're just like really itchy, and it sucks because all you do is just like brush up against it gently, accidentally, and you're just covered. You're completely covered in these stupid little prickly things. I have one over here that I'm not even gonna touch, because if I do, I'm gonna get all the stupid little prickly things in my arms. But I do love Opuntia, and I think it should be noted that Opuntia are gorgeous. It has nothing to do with them personally. It's just the fuzzy ones. I don't like the fuzzy ones. These ones have like actual legit spikes. I'd rather get stabbed by one of those than the little itty bitty annoying fuzzy ones. So I don't know if you guys remember when we repotted this, but she's doing really well. And they're both the plants I just showed you are in these cute little Jophemy pots. So there's that. So fuzzy Opuntias. Can't do it. So number 8, I don't want to trigger anybody, but you guys know that I love Aglaonemas. There's one in particular that every time I see it, I can't help but think, damn, that plant is ugly. And that is the Aglaonema Silver Bay. So hear me out. I love silver plants and I love Aglaonemas, but for some reason, this plant, I look at it and I just think, ugh. Like it should be in like a doctor's office or like my grandma's living room, you know what I mean? But I feel like even my grandma would think it was ugly. Like, I don't think she would even like that plant. But like, I don't know. I don't like the foliage. Like, I really do not like the look of this plant. Like, there is no other reason. I love Aglaonemas. They're super easygoing. They make the room just like look more tropical because they can be very lush, full, big plants, and they're super effortless. They don't need like tons and tons of bright light, so like you can get away with having these plants pretty much anywhere in your home as long as you have sufficient light in that area for a plant, because we all know that low light plants are not a thing now, right? Like, we've covered that. So like no plant is ever going to thrive in low light, but that's not the point of this video. We've already done that. You can go and watch that if you want to. I can leave it linked for you. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like I don't need any other reason besides like I just don't like this plant. So there's that. That's the case with like actually like a handful of Aglaonemas. I think some of them just like aren't attractive. But overall, like, I like the genus, kind of the same way I feel about Calatheas. Like, I love a lot of them, but then there are other ones that I'm just like, no. So we don't ever have to worry about me, like, wanting all of the plants in those particular genre. It's not like Hoyas where I'm just like, yes, all of them. No, I want them all. I don't care. I want all of them. So there's that. There's no Hoyas on this list, obviously. There are definitely ones that grow stupid and irritating or just like don't grow at all. And we can definitely talk about that if that's something that you guys want me to do a separate video on, specific Hoyas that are irritating to grow. I can definitely do that. I've done like easy growers and easy bloomers, but I haven't done like difficult ones that I wouldn't recommend for beginners. So I'm more than happy to add that to my list if that is something that you guys want to see. So let's see. Number 9 on my list is a little bit vague because I don't hate all shingling plants. I just don't also really like them very much. So we've had Rhaphidophora hayi for a while, and I just don't love it. I don't love the way that it grows. I think the leaves are just really boring, and I hate that I have to keep letting it grow vertically. It's not fun. Because then if you chop it, the new growth comes in all like tiny and dumb, and it's hard to get it to attach. They're really hard to propagate unless you propagate them directly onto something that they can attach to. So it's just like not fun. I have my Monstera dubia in the greenhouse. I absolutely love her. She is gorgeous. Some of her older growth like didn't take to the brighter light very well, so it yellowed a little bit, but the new growth is coming in stunning and I absolutely love it, but she's reaching the top of her plank and I'm just like, oh, what do I do with you now? Like, realistically, I'm going to chop the top off and reroot it and just keep it attached to something, but then I don't know what to do with the rest of the plant because I don't want it, because trying to propagate is really irritating. The new growth, like I said, comes in really tiny. Yeah, it's frustrating. So if you guys have any tips for propagating shingling plants that you want to share with me, definitely do that, and then maybe I wouldn't be so weird about propagating my Monstera dubia, because I don't know what to do with it, because if I chop it into nodes, I would want to root them and like grow them out before selling them, because like I said, some of the older leaves are like yellowing. They're still healthy, they just got a little bit too much light than what they were getting before, so they like turned a little bit, but they're still perfectly healthy leaves. Like they haven't died. They would have died by now if they weren't happy, but obviously I wouldn't want to sell them like that. So I don't know. All I know is that shingling plants are annoying. I do love Syndapsis though, like that's a thing. So one day I would love to be able to, like when we have a place that we own and not rent, to be able to just kind of let them grow on the walls. But otherwise they're really hard to contain on a pole or a plank, and it's not fun for me. So I just don't buy them. And then the last one on my list, number 10, shouldn't be surprising. I saved the best for last. And that is Croton. Nobody likes Croton. I don't know anybody, like realistically, who sees a Croton plant and they're like, oh my god, it's so pretty. Except for like non-plant people, you know? Like they hook you in with like those fall colors and then they're just ugly. They're honestly just really, really ugly. Like you bring them in. I remember at first, when I was new to plants, I bought one because I was like, oh, this is really cool. I love the foliage. It's red, it's orange, it's yellow. It's really cool. And then I brought it home and I was like, what the hell do I do with this thing? It does not fit in with any of the other plants. Like it just sticks out like a sore thumb, like this big red thing. And I'm just like, I don't like you. Like as soon as I brought it home, I was like, ugh. No. I had a different one that was cuter. It had like thinner leaves that were just kind of like spotted with different colors. They were mostly green, and that one I enjoyed. It grew like upright and got pretty big before I killed it. Yeah, so like some of them are tolerable, but majority of them are really awful and ugly, and you shouldn't have them, in my opinion, unless you're putting them outside for Halloween. Like that's literally like their fall decor, and that's it. It's kind of like how I feel about poinsettias. They're not as cute as people say they are. There's too many of them around Christmas time, and I'm not into it, you know? So there's another 11 on my list. I don't like poinsettias. So Anyway, that is my list. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree on any of them. Feel free to get mad at me if you want to. That's fine. Like I said, it is just my opinion. I'm allowed to have mine. You're allowed to have yours. We're allowed to disagree and still be friends. So yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else to add. Let me know if there are any plants that you absolutely hate or dislike or just think are really ugly and don't understand why people like them. Maybe you don't understand the hype around a certain plant. Leave it in the comments below. And if you watched this whole entire video, leave me some rabbit emojis because I can't think of anything else aside from the rabbit foot fern that's on this sheet of paper in front of me. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, you should give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. I don't know why I did it like that. That's fine. I don't know why I'm talking like this either. There's a join button down there if you want to be part of the official plant fam. You guys, I'm not okay. Come and join the plant fam if you want to hang out with me and witness more of this ridiculousness. We do members only videos where I'm definitely like uncensored and unapologetically me. So there is that. Come and hang out if you want to. If not, there is a super thanks button if you want to super thanks me and help support my channel. Donate a few dollars. Every bit helps. Every little bit is appreciated. I cannot do this without you guys. I love, love, love that you allow me to do this with my life. Like, you have no idea how grateful I am. And yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. And you should come and join our Facebook group too if you want to. That one is free and open for everybody, and we're doing a giveaway over there. So come and hang out. I definitely use my Instagram and my Facebook group as a way to kind of keep in touch with you guys and see what you like and what you don't like. Yeah, stuff like that. So come on over and hang out. I'm gonna go now, okay? Appreciate you guys, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye!